Tonight's mail opening pairs well with Mountjoy Irish Stout from Stone Angel Brewing in Winnipeg. They describe it as a traditional roasty and dry stout with notes of coffee and chocolate, very much in the Irish style. And yes, I have had this one several times before, and it is a very nice beer. But enough about that, on to the package openings. This thing calls itself Resistance. Okay, it doesn't feel resistory, it feels like flat things. It's more circuit board material. Okay, so when I was ordering this, I ordered from several different sellers to see if maybe one of them would ship faster than the others. And this is the slowest one. Some of these are pretty badly scuffed up. A little disappointed in that, but I'm sure they were cheap, so hopefully I can still make use of them. Before laying down the Resist, I'm going to scuff them up with Scotch-Brite and then clean them with alcohol anyway, so hopefully that will get through some of those scuffs and scratch marks. TZT 5 pieces FR4 PCB 7 by 10 centimeters, single side copper plaid plate, blah blah blah, laminate circuit board, sure, whatever. Cost me $4.80 for the 5 of them, so less than $1 a board with free shipping. Not bad. I'm not sure if the scuffs on it were something that they did, if these were like rejects or something, or if that was just damage in shipping, but well, we'll have to see if they work. Let's see what this is. It says protection board. Okay. What kind of protection am I buying here? Well padded, that's good. So there are in fact 2 of them. We have P plus and P minus, B plus, B minus, B1, B2, B3. These are lithium-ion battery protection boards. Oh yeah, and on the back here we have the 3 taps. So 0 volts, 3.7, so that's 1 cell. 7.4, 11.1, and 14.8. That is the 4 cells. Perfect. And then just the DC plus and minus going to either your load or your charger, depending on what's going on. When I was starting to play with that RC stuff, one of the ESCs said it could handle up to a 4S pack, so I went and 3D printed these little end caps that kind of dovetail together and hold it all together, and then soldered up a 4S pack of salvaged 18650s with a bit of nickel strip. Yes, I know you shouldn't solder, you should weld. I'm getting away with it. It's not ideal, but what are you going to do? So I'm hoping that, yeah, those are even the right size and everything, that by putting one of these on, removing my XT60 cable here, and adding this in, I can balance this system and protect them a little bit from overcharge and over discharge. 4S 20 amp 14.8 volt 16.8 volt lithium ion battery protection board, BMS PCB 18650 protection. These are selling for $1.79 each, so I bought 2 of them for, what's that, $3.60, about that, with free shipping. I think that's a pretty good deal, and I'm just lucky that I got what I thought I was getting, because the description down below is, I don't even know what the hell this is supposed to be for, but it's clearly not for the board. Yeah. Next in, we have screws. Does that look like a package of screws to you? Oh, this is black plexiglass. Okay. Or acrylic or something like that. So yeah, clearly a material that I ordered for playing with the laser engraver. Let's just put that protective sheet back on there. And it looks like I got 3 pieces of it, which are, where's my measurements here? That looks like it's 20 millimeters or 20 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Okay. That'll at least give me a little bit to play with. That engraver at 22 watts, even though it's a diode laser, it is still relatively powerful as these things go. It claims to be able to at least engrave on, if not cut, black acrylic. So I'll have to give that a shot and just see how that works. If it does work, that'd be pretty cool material for making, control panels and box covers and that kind of thing. And if it doesn't work, well, it's probably cheap. Color acrylic sheet, plate plastic, craft DIY panel, 8x8, 8x20, 15x15, 20x20, 30x40. I got the 10x20 centimeter, I got black, and I got 3 pieces, and that cost me $11.89 Australian or $10.37 Canadian with another $1.74 Canadian shipping. So not the cheapest stuff in the world, but I couldn't find any locally, at least not in hobbyist sizes. Admittedly, it was a cursory search, but, sometimes it takes a little bit of effort to try and find some specialized stuff like this. How much is a big one? So 3 pieces of 20x40 is $40. Wow. And there's no bulk pricing above 3. Okay. Does color make any difference? Nope, it's all the same. Right, next in is a box, and it says it is a board. All right. Kind of a board. Circuit board? Wow. That's tiny compared to the box that it came in. We have a USB-C on this side, plus and minus pads there, B plus, B minus, out plus, and out minus, and a couple of chips. Oh, 4056, okay. And this little guy in the corner is a DW01. So if I remember correctly, these are a USB-C powered, obviously. Single lithium-ion cell charger, protection for charging, protection for discharging, all the rest of that good stuff. And I do have some of these, or I have had some of these, and I've been using them for little bits and pieces of projects here and there. So I figured I would order some more. I'm not sure why one, and only one, came in such a huge box. Ah, that explains it. TP4056, 5-volt, 1-amp USB Type-C lithium 18650 lithium battery charging and protection, etc., etc. I got this at auction for a whole 29 cents with free shipping. That's why I only ordered one from this guy. Okay. If you're careful, you're scouting around eBay auctions, sorting by cheapest first, sorting by free shipping, sorting by ending soonest. Sometimes you can snipe stuff. And I spent a few late evenings last month doing some of that, so there could be some interesting stuff coming up if and when it actually shows up. And the last thing that came in the biggest box, it says small desk drawers on the customs declaration. Before I even opened it, I noticed that this came from a country that I have never received a package from. This came from Amman, Jordan. Was not expecting that. Anyway, let's see what showed up via Jordanian Post. Excited and a little bit confused. That's an interesting looking little leaf up there. I wonder what it's got to do with this. This is a tiny little set of storage drawers that I probably could have bought at a local dollar store if I wanted to. I thought I was buying much, much larger storage drawers. What does this say up here? Spring is vibrant, but also the beginning of new life. Tree plus tree equals heart. Yeah, that leaf does look like a happiness kind of a leaf, I think. I don't know. What tree do you think that's from? Well, I had a bit of a bear finding this in my shipping history, but here it is. Small office drawers to store small accessories. $1.25 American. When I click on the link to get more information, I end up here. And when I click on the user, I end up here. Anyway, we can see what it is, and I guess it does look fairly much like that. So I can't even check and see if he had measurements in it or whatnot. Regardless, it's a set of tiny little drawers for craft supplies and stuff. which I thought was a little bit larger set of drawers that I could use for components and parts and storage, especially at $1.25 at auction. Oh well, live and learn on eBay. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimactic ending to a fairly varied and random mailbag. The circuit board material and the acrylic is going to be put to use at the laser engraver. I'm still messing around trying to get the settings right to burn off some resist. Basically, the process that I'm trying to follow in making circuit boards is to coat this with something that is a bit of an acid resist, an ink or paint or something. And I've been trying a few different things, and then get the laser to burn the circuit board image into it, but not burn the tracks, burn the space that isn't tracks, right, to remove the resist, and then etch it. And I'm still experimenting. I'm going through circuit board material, so I'm glad I've got more of it. But hopefully at some point I'll find a set of combination of settings that works pretty well. But I've got a lot of software that I'm learning. Anyway, that's what that is. This, like I said, could be signs, could be a new coaster maybe, but more likely is going to end up being control panels if I can get the laser to work with this stuff. We'll see. Anytime you get a new machine, it's always experimenting to figure out the process. Meanwhile, we have these two 4S battery protection boards. Those will be useful, as you saw before. I've already got this cheap little pack built up from salvaged materials and 3D printed parts, so that should go well with that. And I've got this little TP4056 board for charging and protecting lithium-ion cells, a single one of those, or single anything really, and then boosting out to 5 volts out. Good addition to the collection. And then there's these disappointing little drawers. Well, I guess I can put some things into them, I suppose. They can earn their keep, but my big meat hooks can't even get into them. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Something for the whole family, I guess. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and my YouTube channel members who help keep the beer fridge full, help keep the mailbags rolling in, help me not feel too bad about making mistakes when I'm buying stuff, and just generally make me more motivated to keep doing this stuff, having supporters like that. And of course, the rest of you for viewing and showing up all the time. I really do appreciate that. Thanks for watching. As I said, questions and comments down below in the comment section. I'll talk to you later.